Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we're going to use a... I think that's what it says in the anime. I used to love that. But either way, we are going to use Krabby, partially because it has a sick anime cry, but also because it's a really unique Pokemon. So it's a water type, and there are tons and tons of water types, and I know they might get boring, but Krabby is not your average water type. First off, for a pre-evolved Pokemon, Krabby has pretty good base stats with an average of 60. That puts it third overall, just behind Ponyta, which didn't do great, but fire types have a lot of weaknesses, and Rhyhorn, which we haven't done yet. Probably will get to that somewhat soon. The other interesting thing is how high its attack is. It has 105 base attack, which is excellent. It puts it in the upper echelon of all Pokemon, but in terms of fully evolved Pokemon, it is way above the second place spot. Its base defense is also really good, and its speed at base 50 isn't bad either. Suffice to say, Krabby statistically looks pretty good, until then you look at its move pool. You see, if Krabby just got one move, dig, hermit crabs dig underground, but Krabby can't dig. If it could, it would be probably giving Ghastly a run for its money. Without that, we have normal and water moves. And the move we start off with is Bubble. And so even though we can take on Brock initially fine, we actually run into a massive issue with the very first bug catcher right after you defeat Brock. After losing to him, I realized the youngster wasn't going to be any easier and that I got this all wrong. I needed to restart and gain a lot more levels before I faced this bug catcher. So after resetting, I went to battle some wild Kakuna as well as the bug catchers in Viridian Forest. They're not even easy because we have a base 20 attacking move with base 25 special. Sure, we do get same type attack bonus, but that's still a base 30 power move, which is actually quite a bit weaker than most Pokemon just using Tackle. Brock is going to be a whole lot easier. I actually did lose to Brock once, because Bubble takes multiple hits and Onix can use Bide. At a higher level, this isn't a big problem, and unsurprisingly, we can get past Brock fairly quickly. The question will be, can we get past the trainers just after Brock on Route 3? But before we talk about that, we do have a month of videos. It should be 30 straight days, or maybe more, of videos coming up, starting with the release of Scarlet and Violet. So if that's something that interests you, please subscribe. And in case you're wondering, J-Rose, why would you do that to yourself? As a wise crab once said, "Hello, I like money." I kid. I also really do enjoy making these videos, but that element is not bad either. Anyway, one thing money in this game cannot buy is an easier battle versus the bug trainers, but thankfully, now that we're at level 12, the fight goes smoother. I mean, it's still many hits to knock out the Caterpie, and the Weedle still has a significant chance of poisoning us. Thankfully, it's only 10%, I believe, in Generation 1, so it doesn't actually happen in this battle, but it could have, and that would have been annoying. There are two more bug catchers we need to battle, and they shouldn't be a problem either. The one I'm far more worried about is the Shorts trainer with Rattata and Ekans. Bubble doesn't do very much of anything to Rattata. In fact, it is a 6-hit KO. And then Ekans can come out and just use Wrap, and we have no HP left. So I needed a different strategy, and I had one. We could go into the forest, and since we used so many bubbles against the first bug catcher, thankfully I saved before I healed, because I anticipated going into the forest, finding a Metapod, or maybe several Metapod or Kakuna, and wasting the rest of my power points so that I could use Struggle. This did end up working, but it was not a guaranteed victory either because of how much recoil you take from Struggle. People always ask why I don't use Struggle, and this is a great illustration. Let's assume Rattata attacks twice with Tackle. After we've used Struggle twice, because it does outspeed, we're left at 10 HP. After we attack Ekans just once, we have 2 HP remaining, and that wouldn't be enough even if Ekans didn't attack us. But okay, what if Rattata uses Tail Whip and doesn't attack? It could also miss with Tackle. Well, if that happens, you should have roughly 15 HP, and it's still not going to be enough. You can see, I mean, Ekans attacked us, but 5 HP wasn't going to be enough. So we actually are going to need to level up our Krabby. And even fighting the last with the Pidgey, not a guaranteed victory. I mean, the crit really did matter, but this really goes to show you how devastating the recoil damage from Struggle is. Anyway, how do we win? The answer is luck, frankly. We need Ekans not to attack us in addition to Rattata only attacking us once after we level up to level 14. If we do that, we have 15 HP. Assuming Ekans doesn't attack us, we should have 3 HP remaining with recoil damage. We actually have a Generation 1 miss, which is a 1 in 256 chance, and thankfully Ekans doubles up on Leer, but holy mackerel, this is the first time any of these trainers have been difficult, and they have been extremely difficult. And you might think that's a really bad sign for Krabby, but thankfully there are a couple things that are about to help us out. Right after we defeat the bug catchers, which we're going to do using Bubble since Struggle is not going to work with 4 Pokemon for the next bug catcher, but that's going to be the last time we need to use Bubble. In Mount Moon, we get the TM for Water Gun. Still base 25 special for us, but a base 40 attack in Water Gun. So that's going to double our damage output, more or less. And we're not going to even have to use that so much. Unfortunately, the Pokemon we're going to have to battle are a little bit stronger as well. And so when we battle the Super Nerd, I probably would have been fine if I went back to the Pokemon Center and actually got more Water Gun. We only had 9 remaining, and so it was really tough to defeat him. Grimer is a 5-hit KO, and then Voltorb was also a 5-hit KO if I use Bubble. And then we don't have enough for Coughing. And since Voltorb uses Screech and Bubble does so little damage, which illustrates how much better Water Gun is, it's able to knock us out. Unfortunately, I had to heal. That wasted about 3 minutes or so, which is frustrating, but in the context of these solo runs, 3 minutes is honestly less than the margin of error. I mean, we're talking about hours. 10 minutes here or there shouldn't make too big a deal, especially with these first form Pokemon, where the time seemed to vary pretty wildly. Alright, now we finally made it out of Mount Moon. I think this is the longest we've ever had a video before making it to Rival 2 or Misty. I decided to battle the trainer in Misty's gym, and it went terribly. Since Special is both offensive and defensive, our terrible Special stat means Bubble from Horsey is dealing far more to us than Water Gun is dealing to it. And if we can't beat Horsey, there's no way we're beating the rivals Pidgeotto or Staryu/Starmie. So what are we going to do? We're going to level up. And we're going to use the rare candies early. There's one in Mount Moon. There's one more in Cerulean. And when we hit level 20, things are about to change. Because at level 20, Krabby gets Vice Grip. And Vice Grip, with base 100 attack, is dealing devastating damage to Horsey and to Shelder. And so we don't even need to heal after the swimmer. We can fight the junior trainer. And while the Goldeen does outspeed us, it is just a 3-hit KO, and I don't think Misty will be a big deal. Thankfully, Misty has good AI, so even though the water moves would deal more damage, Misty is stuck using her terrible normal moves, and because of a lucky crit, we're able to knock out Staryu. As for Starmie, it's taken more hits, but thanks to another lucky crit, we're able to knock out both of Misty's Pokemon at over half HP. And after defeating Misty, we get another buff to our pathetic water moves. We can delete Bubble and teach Bubble Beam. Base 65 power, so more than 50% increase of our previous move. And at the very least, it should help us if we run low on Vice Grip power points or against the Hikers. But before we can even think about those trainers, almost 10 minutes into this video, we need to talk about Rival 2. We still haven't defeated him. Pidgeotto does outspeed, but we do have very good base defense. And Vice Grip is looking to do about half. I can't really tell until we knock it out. It was doing half. That's GG. We won. I was kind of curious how much Bubble Beam would do to Abra. Obviously, Vice Grip's going to knock it out. That's 2 down. Rattata we outspeed. Vice Grip one-shots. And it also one-shots Bulbasaur, albeit I think the crit mattered. But Vine Whip probably wouldn't have knocked us out. And it was going to be at worst a 2-hit KO. So finally, it seems like we can start gaining some momentum. I mean, look at these battles against these trainers. Vice Grip one shot, Vice Grip one shot, Vice Grip one shot. But don't get too attached to Vice Grip. After we defeat all these trainers, we're gonna head to the SSN and get my favorite TM, Body Slam. Now, honestly, it's pretty unbalanced to have a base 85 normal move that can paralyze so early in the game. I mean, this is going to be Krabby's best move going forward. For the rest of the run, if we can, Body Slam is the best way to go. Decent base power, chance of paralysis, no recoil. Yeah, it should make the game kind of okay. I say that because although I think Rival 3 will be fine, there are some concerns right after, but let's go battle Rival 3 first. We can talk about concerns after. Once again, he leads with Pidgeotto. Quick attack outspeeds, but we get a crit and we knock it out. That's one down. We use Body Slam on Raticate, and it's actually just a pure one-shot. That's two down. Kadabra, though, outspeeds. It does go for Confusion, and look at that base 25 special in action. Devastating damage. If Ivysaur attacks, we're gonna lose. Obviously, we one-shot. Now the moment of truth. We don't one-shot Ivysaur, but Retroactive Potion. Some of you ask why I call it a Retroactive Potion. Because the way the items are supposed to work, and they do work going forward, is that you're supposed to start your turn by using an item. If the AI was playing by the same rules we are, then they would have had to have select their move before they know what I'm going to do. I could have used Leer. But the AI makes their decision based on what I've already done, which in theory is retroactive. Now, yes, I realize the AI in fact doesn't play by the same rules and in fact makes its decision after we already moved, but it's just the way I've always described it. And it is unique to Generation 1. In other generations, the AI does need to select a move simultaneously to us, so they cannot use a potion after we attack. But speaking of something unique to Gen 1, Lieutenant Surge is one of the worst gym leaders of all time, and I think he's going to absolutely obliterate Krabby. Don't think we're fast enough to outspeed Raichu, and I think Thunder Shock could knock us out. There's one way to find out, but it's time for Surge to maybe get some revenge. Alright, well, he leads with Voltorb. He does outspeed, but X-Speed is useless. We one-shot, that's good. Pikachu, pretty pathetic. We are going to one-shot. Moment of truth, Raichu outspeeds and it goes for Thunderbolt. I can try again, but I just don't have a good feeling about this. So let's one-shot the first two Pokemon. Now here comes Raichu. It got a crit last time, I doubt it mattered. And yeah, Thunderbolt, it knocks us out. Honestly, unless we're hoping for some crazy good luck, I just don't think it makes sense to battle Surge right now. It just really is a very bad matchup. We can save him for a little bit later. So let's go and head through Rock Tunnel. Because we do have water moves, we don't have to worry about any of the trainers in Rock Tunnel. And we can actually fast forward all the way to Celadon City. It seems like Krabby has finally started to get things going, even though it has struggled with Surge and probably would with Erica. So we're going to skip Erica intentionally for a long time. So that means we're going to go battle Giovanni number 1. He's really easy. Use Bubble Beam, knock out Onix. Use Bubble Beam, knock out Rhyhorn. It does take 3 Body Slams to knock out Kangaskhan, and it does outspeed us, but Rage didn't do a lot of damage. So that maybe could have been bad, but our defense is pretty good. I'm going to call that a pretty easy victory. Alright, so I'm going to go do some shopping, and then I'm going to head back down to Vermilion. It just doesn't make sense to go all the way to Lavender. It kind of feels like we should have gained enough levels from Rock Tunnel and from the Rocket Hideout that we could beat Raichu, assuming it uses Thunder Shock. Remember, without Surge's Gym Badge, we can't use Fly outside of battle, which makes traversing the map at this point of the game a nightmare. Alright, so we've made it back to Surge. We know what's going to happen. We're going to outspeed and one-shot Voltorb. We're going to outspeed and one-shot Pikachu. We're going to not outspeed. Alright, alright. You know what? If he used Thunderbolt, we would have lost. Thunder Shock is significantly weaker, but it is what it is. You know, there wasn't much more we could do. It isn't guaranteed to use Thunderbolt. In later generations, we would just have to do without Fly, but That's the joy of Generation 1. And now we're going to make our way to Lavender Town and go battle Rival 4. So he leads with Pidgeotto. Body Slam does not quite one-shot, but it goes for Whirlwind. We knock it out. Gyarados doesn't quite one-shot. It uses Bite. We knock it out. Growlithe, Body Slam does one-shot. And Kadabra is so under-leveled, we also one-shot it. But then comes out Ivysaur. We don't one-shot. And then it uses Vine Whip. And if it had Razor Leaf, we would have lost right there. But thankfully, he used Vine Whip. And the thing is, this is a really good illustration of why we can't battle Erica right now. We need to be absolutely sure we outspeed Victory Bell, and that probably won't happen until we defeat Koga. Normally, the video would just cut to that, but not today. No, Krabby's gonna struggle in another place we almost never struggle, against the Channelers, because we only can use Bubble Beam. Krabby's move pool is awful. The only physical attacks it gets are normal attacks, and normal attacks can't damage ghosts. We can't even use Struggle in this generation. We're stuck using Bubble Beam, meaning it takes 4 hits to knock out Ghastly unless we get lucky, and that gives it plenty of opportunities to use Confuse Ray, Paralyze with Lick, or Nightshade, which deals a lot of damage. Thankfully, this is the only Channeler that has 2 Ghastly. The rest of them only have 1, and 1 requires significantly less luck, because once you've defeated it, even if you're still confused, it doesn't matter. This one, even if we defeat the first one, if we're still confused, that can still be a big problem. So this took a really, really long time, and there really wasn't anything else I could do other than just try again and again and again and again. It took a few tries. Eventually we did win, and I know there's someone who keeps track of every move I've ever used. Well, guess what? We're going to use Crabhammer right here against Ghost Marowak. And that is the only time we're ever going to use that move. It is a little bit better than Bubble Beam. However, Surf is going to be better than Crabhammer. And after we defeat these easy trainers, we're going to go get Surf. But before we go get Surf, we're going to make a bit of a pit stop. We're going to get the card key, go up to the 7th floor, open the door, and get TM3, Swords Dance. Krabby can learn Swords Dance, giving a Pokemon already with very good attack a way to boost not just its attack, but its other stats due to the Badge Boost glitch, which boosts all stats when a move that changes stats is used. Right now, we only will get a boost to our attack and our defense, but after we beat Koga, we get a boost to our speed. The question is, can we defeat Koga? Let's find out. I'm going to try to set up 3 Swords Dance against Coughing number 1. First time it goes for Smog, but I'm not poisoned. Second time goes for X Attack. That's very good. Third time goes for X Attack. I think we just won. So we're going to use Body Slam. That's 1 down. 2 down. We don't level up. 3 down. We don't level up. Smog. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if Self-Destruct would have knocked me out, but it doesn't matter. We beat Koga on the very first try with a normal type move. That's pretty great. And that means we can go battle Rival Fivel, right? No. No, battling Rival Fivel would be a massive mistake. Instead, we're going to head to Pallet Town, and we're just going to need our mom to heal us up because we're poisoned. But we're going to go and head all the way to Cinnabar Island, and we're going to battle Blaine. But before we do that, we're actually going to battle all the trainers in Blaine's gym. Why? Because Erica and Rival Fivel are going to be very tough, and we need to level up. The trainers cannot be battled after we win, and they should be fairly easy to defeat. So might as well get the experience points here. Now that we have all the experience points, we're going to use Swords Dance. Growlithe misses with Takedown, another Swords Dance Leer, and then a retroactive Super Potion. And that is GG. Goodbye, Growlithe. Goodbye, Ponyta. Goodbye, Rapidash. And retroactive Super Potion. See ya, Arcanine. We beat Blaine as the 5th gym badge. I believe the earliest you can do is 4th. Brock is mandatory because the NPC doesn't let you to Route 3 until you defeat him. Misty because you can't proceed to Rock Tunnel until you beat her to use Cut. But everyone else is skippable until Koga because you need to use Surf. And then you can defeat Blaine 4th. So we're one off a record, I guess. That will never happen, by the way, because without Fly, it's just a nightmare to get back to Pallet Town. So never is going to happen. 5th is going to be our solo run record. Pretty cool. But now we got a choice. Erica? Rival Fivel? Can't battle Sabrina yet because we haven't beaten Rival Fivel and Giovanni. I'm going to battle Rival Fivel. I think he's going to be easier than Erica, if you believe it. So he leads with Pidgeot. We're going to go for Swords Dance, but it goes for Sand Attack. You notice that we now outspeed after the Sand Attack and Swords Dance, and then we level up. So that's not very good. We're going to try to knock out everything. We knock out Gyarados. We knock out Growlithe. But then comes out Alakazam. We are going to be outsped. Psybeam confuses me, and we get knocked out. So let's try this a little bit differently. This time, I'm just going to set up one Swords Dance, and hopefully that knocks out Pidgeot. It doesn't. All right, that's bad. All right, I should just get a few hundred more experience points, but I'm going to try one more time just because why not? So one Swords Dance, 2 attacks from Pidgeot, no Sand Attack, and we do knock it out in one hit. Now, do we knock out Gyarados in one hit? We don't, but we get very lucky and it doesn't attack us. And that means we can set up our final 2 Swords Dance against Growlithe. It also goes for Leer, but we also can use Harden. And after all these Leers and Hardens, we should outspeed Alakazam, and now we win. So, like we talked about, the Badge Boost glitch, not just Swords Dance, but Harden also activates it. Each one, because we defeated Koga, ups our speed. And with that, we were able to outspeed Alakazam and also easily one-shot Venusaur. And yeah, I know the Badge Boost glitch can feel kind of cheap sometimes, but it's an integral part of Generation 1. And in case you think, oh, that makes the games too easy, just wait. Just wait. I promise you, Generation 1 will have its revenge on me in this run, but not for a little bit. In the meantime, watch me beat Giovanni. We used Swords Dance a bunch of times. And while I could just use Surf, I was curious if I would one-shot Rhyhorn with Body Slam. The answer is no, but almost. And I want to see how much Surf would do to Nidoqueen. About half. Not bad at all. And it's at this point we have 2 options. We could battle Sabrina, or we could battle Erica. Truth be told, I don't know which is riskier. But since we're already in Saffron, let's go try to defeat Sabrina in the proper spot, 6th gym leader. So, unfortunately, Kadabra uses Disable and disables Swords Dance. So, we actually do make a pretty good show of beating all of Sabrina's Pokemon until we can't one-shot Venomoth and it knocks us out. So let's try that again, but not get Swords Dance disabled. By the way, it's completely random. Unfortunately, Kadabra can also use Psychic, and that also one-shots. So that's not good either. So let's try that again. This time, I'm going to use one Swords Dance. We outspeed, we one-shot. We outspeed Mr. Mime, we one-shot. We outspeed Venomoth, we one-shot. And we don't outspeed Alakazam, and it crits. So we need at least 2 Swords Dance. And it's probably best to set up against Mr. Mime because it has the weakest attacks. And it has a 3/4 chance of not attacking at all. Alright, so Disable fails. We outspeed. We knock out Kadabra. We use one Swords Dance. Heck, I'll use a second one. Double Slap after the first. Light Screen after the second. We knock out Mr. Mime. We knock out Venomoth, which is for some reason in a Psychic Gym, even though Slowbro exists, whatever. And we knock out Alakazam after outspeeding. Not bad at all. And that might mean we're ready to battle Erica. Unfortunately, I believe Razor Leaf will still one-shot. So we need to just naturally outspeed and one-shot Victory Bell. It is very low level at this point, and there is literally no one else we could battle, at least no major trainers left. So let's go battle Erica 7th, this time fully intentionally. Sometimes it's because I forgot she exists. All right, I'm just kind of curious if Razor Leaf will one-shot. I'm just going to go for Swords Dance, and oh, missed with Sleep Powder. All right, well, we win. We outsped anyway. But yeah, now we definitely win. I'm positive Body Slam would have one-shot without. We're just so over-leveled. Think about it. It almost one-shot Venomoth at a much higher level. 100% without Swords Dance we could have won, but with Swords Dance we definitely won. So that's pretty cool. And the very next trainer is Giovanni number 3, and with the combination of Surf and Swords Dance Body Slam, there is almost nothing Giovanni can do. Even if I level up in the middle of the battle, it really doesn't matter. I can't imagine any way Giovanni winning. I could maybe level up in the gym, but I've decided not to. I think Krabby should be fine. There's only one trainer left I'm kind of worried about, but they're not going to be for a little while. Let's go battle Giovanni. Now, we could one-shot Rhyhorn easily, but instead I'm just going to set up 3 Swords Dance, Fury Attack, Guard Spec, miss with Tail Whip. We use Surf, we one-shot. We outspeed Dugtrio, we one-shot. We outspeed Nidoqueen, we one-shot. We don't outspeed Nidoking because I level up. And we don't one-shot because of a crit. And we could have lost. Okay, you know what? Little overconfident there. That's my bad. You know what? I learned. I know better now. Alright, still using a pre-evolved Pokemon. Gotta be a little more careful. Definitely could have battled some trainers to make sure we didn't level up in the middle of the battle. So, that's something we need to keep in mind for Rival 6. But assuming we can set up Badge Boost Glitch, it should be just as trivial as Rival 5. It's just a matter of making sure we outspeed the Alakazam and can one-shot Venusaur. Alright, so like always, leads with Pidgeot. I'm just going to go for Body Slam. It doesn't even do half. It goes for Wing Attack. I use it again. It goes for Wing Attack again. And it's actually a speed tie, so it outsped me, went for Whirlwind. Not bad, 80 HP. We knock out Pidgeot. Now Rhyhorn, we knock it out, and this is when we level up. I have to use Body Slam against Gyarados. It's doing about a third. Bite crits, which sucks. We have one more hit. Bite doesn't crit, so it's possible, but Growlithe can easily knock us out with Takedown. So I've got to set up Swords Dance. It goes for Leer. Another Swords Dance, Leer hits. Another Swords Dance, Leer hits. You know what? What am I doing? Let's just go for Body Slam. We knock out Growlithe. We outspeed Alakazam. We win. We win. Wow. First try victory. That's not what I expected. Truth be told, I was going to battle some trainers and make sure that I could set up against Pidgeot, but I'm fine with that. That works really, really well. I mean, not like my walking here. Playing at 4 times speed, better for making videos, worse for movement, but what can you do? Thankfully, if all goes well, we don't have to do much more movement. I mean, unfortunately, as you're going to see, I forgot Strength, so I actually have to backtrack to Fuchsia, which wastes another minute, but whatever. But speaking of Strength, what we need to worry about is whether we are strong, whether we have enough oomph to defeat Agatha, because that's the one trainer I don't know about. Loralee uses water and ice moves. Not a big issue, because she won't use them against a Krabby. Bruno is Bruno. We can set up against Onix and one-shot with Body Slam. Lance, we could probably set up against Gyarados and one-shot with Body Slam. Aerodactyl might be scary. And we've already battled the champion, not in its exact form, we've already battled him twice. The one concern is Agatha. Of course, sometimes I say that and I'm wrong. So, let's not jump the gun. Let's go battle Loralee and see whether or not Agatha is going to be as big a deal as I think she is, and whether the other trainers are going to be as easy as I hope them to be. Alright, so this is Loralee. We're going to set up one Swords Dance, Takedown. Wow, that did a lot of damage. But then Dugong goes to sleep, and that's going to allow me to set up not only the final Swords Dance, but also a Harden, and hopefully that's enough to knock out the bulky Cloyster. It wasn't, so it might be a range, but we got lucky. Cloyster didn't do anything, and so we should be able to one-shot everything else. Here comes Slowbro. We knock it out. Here comes Jinx. We knock it out. Uh-oh. Do we outspeed Lapras? Okay, we do. Obviously, the regular boosts from Swords Dance don't reset when we level up, just the glitchy badge boosts, which give us a little extra speed. So that was the concern, but yeah. Now it's time to battle Bruno. We already talked about what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to set up 3 Swords Dance against Onix, and then sweep his entire team. And the truth is, even though Krabby's special is terrible, just getting Surf makes rock Pokemon, which do exist, pretty trivial. So, yeah. Take that, Bruno. Really, really, really easy. And now we have to go battle Agatha. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to teach Mimic. And what we're going to try and mimic is we're going to try to mimic Hypnosis to keep Gengar asleep as long as possible. Let's see how this goes. All right, so she sets out Gengar. Nightshade does almost half. I use Mimic. I mimic Hypnosis. It hits with Nightshade again, so we're 6 HP away from fainting. But I am able to put it to sleep. So it stays asleep turn 1. I set up a Swords Dance. It wakes up. I set up a second Swords Dance. But unfortunately, it still outspeeds. And it hits me with Nightshade. So we're going to have to use rare candies. That's all right. I don't think we need to show Laurelie and Bruno again. Let's just go right to Agatha. All right. So this time I use the rare candies. So we're at level 61. And, no, not this. So you might notice Golbat's sprite has disappeared. We know Wing Attack, and we still have Mimic. This is a glitch I don't understand. For some reason, Mimic overwrites the move above it, which is Swords Dance, which I really need. And it stays so we can mimic Confuse Ray. But what I don't know is we're going to lose this battle. I don't really care. But I actually don't know if we were to win, would we still know Swords Dance and Mimic? Or is Wing Attack now a permanent part of our moveset? So let me just check. Okay, that's actually good. You know what? I've reset before, but we actually can play around this. If we just swap our moves, then we can have Mimic delete Surf. And that means we could have Wing Attack and Swords Dance. I might forget sometimes, but that's what we should do. Anyway, let's battle Agatha again. We still don't even know how much Surf is going to do. So, Nightshade, Mimic, Hypnosis. Dream Eater misses. We put it to sleep. 1 Swords Dance. 2 Swords Dance. We now outspeed 3 Swords Dance. Uh-oh. That was a crit. Uh-oh. So, it's looking to be a 4 or 5 hit KO. That's not good. I mean, we just knocked out Golbat, but yeah. Actually, we put Honor to sleep, and we're making some progress. Oh my god, are we gonna win? Okay, let's go. Oh my god, we just put Gengar to sleep. We won. No, it just woke up. Okay, we put it back to sleep. All right, woke up again. Dream Eater. No. We were really close there. All right, that went really, really well. I'm actually surprised it went that well. I mean, to be fair, Hypnosis hit both times and they stayed asleep a while. But surely it won't take very long to get back to that Gengar, right? Right? 2 hours later. All right, surely this one's going to be the attempt. I mean, oh gosh, we're asleep. And there's Dream Eater. All right, I'm going to be honest, that was the very next attempt. I just wanted to do that SpongeBob line. But the truth of the matter is it did take dozens of attempts, and I do mean that, to get back to the second Gengar. And the problem is, Gengar has so many opportunities. It outspeeds. It has 2 opportunities. We have to mimic Hypnosis, and then we've got to hit with Hypnosis, which is only a 60% chance. And then it is a 5-hit KO unless we get a crit with Surf. It's brutal. But finally, what would be 2 hours of real time if I play this at single speed, we put the Gengar to sleep, but not before it uses Toxic. And it's going to be very, very close. We have 1 HP left, and we just need to knock it out with Surf? No. I mean, it couldn't be any closer than that. Surely we're so close to knocking this thing out, right? Surely this was going to happen any second now. An amount of time later that is so long that J-Rose actually finished the Catch 'em All series and Kakuna Rattata. All right, we finally knocked out the Haunter. We've made it back with 60 HP, so we can't take a Nightshade. And, oh no. No! We don't have enough power points. Are you kidding me? We actually had this one, and we ran out of Surf. That sucks. Finally, though, after a literal hour, we get Dream Eater, so we mimic Hypnosis, switch our moves around, we fall asleep, we're confused, but due to Agatha swapping a bunch, we don't get attacked, we hit ourselves in confusion twice, but then we put Gengar to sleep. So it didn't look great. We set up all 3 Swords Dance, it wakes up, we put it back to sleep. There's 1 Surf, there's 2 Surfs, there's 3 Surfs. Use Super Potion, that's fine. We knock it out eventually. We one-shot with Body Slam. We put Haunter to sleep. We should have enough Surfs. We have 8 left. Yes, we have 7 for the final Gengar. We knock out Arbok. We put it to sleep. 1, 2, 3. Super Potion 4. Let's go! All right, that took forever. And now we have to beat Lance and the champion first try, or I'm going to cry. Because it took us a very long time to get here. I'll teach Ice Beam for Dragonite, why not? And it would just suck to lose. We should win. Let's see what happens. So Lance leads with Gyarados. I go for Body Slam. It's not even doing half. It goes for Dragon Rage. That's fine. I go for Swords Dance. It goes for Dragon Rage again. Less fine. It's going to knock me out with Hyper Beam. So I have to go for Body Slam. We knock it out. That wasn't ideal. Now against Dragonair, I need to go for Swords Dance. It goes for Dragon Rage. Oh no, I misclicked. I meant to go for... No! I can't believe I just did that. I pressed the wrong button. I meant to press down. I pressed up. I wanted to go up to the top. No. Ugh, God. So, yeah. That's all for nothing. That only took us forever to actually get to Lance, and we blew it. We blew it. Yeah, we blew it. No. Oh, wrong TV show reference, but yeah. Well, guess what? On the very next attempt, we win again. I can't believe it. We actually did win again on our very next attempt versus Agatha. It took us so long to do, and it's like the floodgates have opened. The Pokemon powers that be saw that I made a mistake and offered me a lifeboat. But this time, I need to make good. I cannot blow this. I cannot waste my shot. I don't even like that play, but it's true. We have to clutch this out. Come on, just play well. Let's go. All right, I'm going to reorganize my moves so I don't make a mistake. I'm going to go for Swords Dance. It goes for Dragon Rage. I go for a second Swords Dance. It goes for Dragon Rage again. I go for Body Slam. Knocked it out. Oh, no, we level up. Okay, that's 1 down. We do outspeed Dragonair. 1 shot, 2 down. We outspeed the other Dragonair. 3 down, but Aerodactyl is fast. We need to use Surf. This isn't going to work. It uses Supersonic. We hit with Surf. Does decent damage. It goes for Takedown. No, we hit ourselves in confusion. No. Okay, so here's the issue. We use our rare candies after we defeat Bruno, and we have leveled up a little bit more. Let's actually talk about this. Leveling up isn't really going to help unless we hit like level 70 something, because we need, I believe it was like 123 speed to outspeed the first Gengar. If we did, Agatha becomes a lot more trivial because she only gets 1 opportunity to attack us as opposed to 2. So in a way, it seems to like double our odds of at least making it past the original Gengar. It's not actually true, but it feels like it would. So I could sacrifice using 1 rare candy, but things like ranges, with Surf, with Nightshade, every level kind of counts. There is another rare candy I can get in the power plant, but yeah, we're going to need to level up before Lance with a rare candy so we can set up against Gyarados, so we can one-shot Aerodactyl with Badge Boost Surf, so we outspeed everything, and we need no critical hits. And it takes us forever to beat Agatha. So this is fun. This is very fun. Hilariously, we're beating Agatha somewhat consistently now. Not that the strategy's gotten more consistent, but it actually only took us 2 attempts, and I save a rare candy. So we're at level 64 for Lance. We use an elixir. So we are fully prepared to battle Lance. Please just win. Please just win. So we're going to go for Swords Dance, Dragon Rage. Another Swords Dance, another Dragon Rage. We're going to go for Body Slam. Can't risk Hyper Beam. That's 1 down. We're going to go for Body Slam. I don't want to risk a Hyper Beam. That's 2 down. Second Dragonair. Body Slam. 3 down. Now it all comes down to this. Please outspeed. No! Hyper Beam! Yes! We survive! Oh my gosh. So Hyper Beam, the recharge turn is skipped if you knock it out. But we're not knocked out. So we actually can knock out Aerodactyl with Surf. Now we face Dragonite, and we knock it out, and we win. Yes, 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 yes. Finally, we win. We have an elixir. We have everything we need. This should be easy. I can't imagine anything causing us to lose. We've done this before. Come on, let's just clutch this one out. So, Pidgeot leads. It goes for Sky Attack. That's not great. I go for Swords Dance. We do outspeed, and I go for Body Slam. Uh-oh. It survives. Can't be paralyzed. Okay, that's not great, but that's 1 down. No, we level up. No, there's Psych. Can we just end this here now? I mean, do we really need to finish this one? Can't we just say that we tried valiantly and it's no. This is really deflating. Losses like this suck because we just needed 1 more rare candy. If we just saved another rare candy, this would be fine. And remember I said there's a rare candy at the power plant? Well, now it's time to go get that rare candy. And it's not really clear how long it's going to take to get past Agatha again. It could take 5 minutes. It could take another hour. And we pretty much just have to keep trying. We could level up an insane amount more. While it will make Loralee a little bit more consistent, not that I ever lose to her, and it will make Lance a little bit less scary, it won't help against Agatha, which is where 99% of my losses have been. Now, one thing that's kind of difficult in these videos is to properly convey how easy or how frustrating things are, because sometimes you think by how long the video is, that's how easy or difficult the run is, but that's not true. Some runs can be easy, but there's a lot to say. Some runs can be difficult, but there's less to say. The fact of the matter is that while there is a strong correlation between difficulty and length, sometimes like this, you just don't see the hundreds of runs I lose to Agatha because they're the same thing. I get put to sleep, Dream Eater, done before the first Gengar, done after the Haunter. Heck, sometimes I'm confused, hit myself in confusion a couple times against Golbat, and we lose. So I try my best via my voiceover to properly convey to you the way I feel during these runs, because it would be boring to watch unedited 4 hours, 5 hours of footage. Not trying to ham it up. I'm giving you the most genuine reactions I can of what's going on. And this run might have been one of the most tedious ever because it was so clear if we just got a little bit of luck, it probably wouldn't take me any more attempts to get past the champion. If I didn't level up after Pidgeot, we could have easily set up 3 Swords Dance and we would have swept. It was just a matter of the experience points not working. And if I wanted to use calculators and whatnot, I would have known that beforehand and I could have planned for it. But that's boring. I mean, sure, this is tedious, but that's boring. So anyway, it was another hour and a half until I beat Agatha. And now we've made it to Lance, who should be trivial. Well, this time the battle goes pretty differently. I go for Swords Dance, Lance goes for Leer. That's a little scary. I go for a second Swords Dance, and Lance goes for Hyper Beam. So we're still at about 67 HP, but this time we have more badge boosts. So we should actually outspeed, which we do, and one-shot Aerodactyl. So that was interesting. If Lance would have crit there, I think I might have just put this away for a week. Like, that would have been horrible. But this time I got the rare candy, I'm using the elixir, and it's time to destroy the champion. I don't see anything going wrong. We're gonna win. So, set up Swords Dance, Whirlwind. Set up another Swords Dance, Whirlwind. Set up another Swords Dance, Whirlwind. 1 down. Here's Alakazam, there's Alakazam. 2 down. Ride that, Surf. 3 down. Gyarados, Body Slam. 4 down. Arcanine, Body Slam. 5 down. Body Slam. We win. We're not at nice level anymore, but we won. We did it. This is over. Wow, this sucked. And you want to know the worst part is that overall, Krabby was actually exceptional. Struggled at the beginning, struggled a little bit in the middle, and struggled specifically versus Agatha. If it learned Dig, this would have been over, because we would have used Dig, and Dig is 100 base power. It's a Hermit Crab. Whatever, I'm not going to complain about Gen 1 movesets. Lickitung can't learn Lick. I mean, come on. But all right, where do you put this on the tier list? I know, that's what you all want to know, which is fair, because, I mean, that's the point of this. The answer is going to be in the C tier for the pre-evolved Pokemon, 5th overall. I mean, it does have a better time than Staryu, but Staryu was a lot easier. To be fair, I've gotten a little bit better at my movement, and I've gotten a little better at other parts of the run. And don't forget, Staryu didn't learn water moves till after Brock. And I always give the benefit of the doubt to Pokemon that struggle with Brock. Krabby did not. And if Staryu started with Bubble, it probably would have been like half an hour faster. So it definitely deserves to be in a higher tier. Still, Krabby for this tier has some exceptional stats, but that struggle versus Agatha was really real. It doesn't equate to the in-game time because they just reset. So, you know, keep the in-game time with a grain of salt. Problem with real time is that when these challenges get really tedious, I'll start watching videos, listening to music. Typically, it's during the impossible challenges. But when you get something like beating Loralee and Bruno every time and losing to Agatha, there's not much you need to pay attention to. The strategy, it's almost muscle memory. It's just a matter of doing it. So, that's it for this video. There are a month of videos starting, I believe, November 18th. Could be the 19th, but around that time. So you're going to want to subscribe. It's going to be awesome. There's going to be solo runs, maybe even a catch 'em all. Lots of cool stuff. I'm going to go work on that because I got a lot of work to do. And I'll see y'all later. Take care.